Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Hola, mi amigo, soy thingamajig, mucho gusto, I think. Guten Tag, mein Freund. Ich bin thingamajig. And, that's why I get so many of the English words wrong, because I know so many of the other people's words. So I struggle. Here we are. Hey, that good old Blighty, that rainy old UK. Feeling blue. Go to the Blighty. Go to the UK. It's been actually quite nice today. Can't complain. Oof. But yes, we're hunkering down for round 6, the finale, the big finale. And what is this? It's the GT3 World Endurance Series 5, round 6 at Brands Hatch. What is the GT3 World Endurance Series? Well, this endurance series will consist of 7 seasons using a different Group 3 car for each season, with each season containing 6 rounds. There is added jeopardy in the form of changing of weather and traction control being prohibited for the dry races. Strategy will be key, as each driver must use all 3 tyre compounds if the race is dry. However, if it does rain and it requires wet weather tyres, there will be free choice of tyre if the track dries out. And like F1 rules say, anything could happen. The racing will be fast and frantic, with finishing positions unknown until the final part of the race. In GT3 World Endurance Series, anything can happen, and it probably will. I'll tell you what, it has. And this is the season of 5, which is best of British, so we're using the Aston Martin Vantage V12 GT3, and we're bringing it all to a rousing end. A big finale, a happy ending, a money shot if you want, or like, we're doing it at Brands Hatch. Glasses. I've got glasses, god damn you. Why should I squint like I do? Here we go. I've got dirty glasses. Let me clean it for a second, and then I want to get onto your chat, because I want to see it clearly, you know. I've been misreading things lately, and it's making me sound like the fool, or it's usually just down to blindness. Here we go then, let's see what these important things everyone's got to say. And in the chat, Homesick Alien with a big good evening and thumbs up. Mama Homesick saying evening thingy, how are you? Nice on the foreign fronts. Oh, thank you. Impressed with my Spanish and German. And Jay saying, hi thingy, nerves are high today. Lol, feeling anxious for this race. And Racer Brown saying hello. Well, I haven't even got on to how tense that table is. Let me just, what we got? We got 4 minutes? We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till qualifying. I mean, it's round 6, we're on the final round, you should know. They're going to qualify for 10 or 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I believe. And then they're going to race for 90 minutes, and they've got to use a different set of tyres each time, as it has already said. Right, let me get you to that table. Brah. Drop your drawers, ladies, because Jay's coming through. Right, here we go then. This is the table. It's a JOO pace at the top on 74 points with Super Manny. I know, we've only looked at Ensign, sorry. Here, I'll have a look at Super Manny. Super Manny is second on 70 points. Then we've got Homesick Alien in third on 66 points. Then we've got Racer Brown in 4th on 65 points. Then we have Guesty in 5th on 64 points. I kid you not, this is the table. Then we have... Hang on, give me a second. I'm trying to be fiddly. There we go. And then we have... Where was I? I was Racer Brown 4th, 65 points. Guesty, why is everyone going into the bits? I might as well just stay. Oh, Jim's here. I thought Jim couldn't make it. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Jim's here. That's awesome. Hang on, I've got to reopen YouTube. I know I can't do 2 things at once, can I, for Pete's sakes? And I don't even know if this is going to work. I was trying to be clever. Let's see. It's not letting me. Nah, I've exceeded the word limit, I guess. I was going to post the table in the chat, but hang on, let me see how far I can delete it until it says something. I can chat. I can post that. I can post the top 9. They're the important ones. I don't even know if that works. Oof. No, that hasn't gone well. Anyway, so stop going into the pits, people. JWO. Right, JWO's at the top, 74 points. Homesick 8. I should not interrupt. I don't know if you can hear her or I can hear her, but she's telling you who's where. Right, JWO's top on 74 points. Second is Superman on 70 points. Homesick Alien is third on 66 points. Racer Brown fourth on 65 points. Guesty is fifth on 64 points. Sharon sixth on 51 points. But Sharon has emailed in and said he's unable to make it. Looks like qualifying's underway. Jim is seventh on 47 points. And Jim being here, that's a position he might be able to make. Eighth, Joker's on 37 points. Ensign, you at ninth on 37 points. Bazza's 10th on 33 points. Noxie 11th on 25 points. Digital Blasphemy 12th on 23 points. Bender is the 13th on 18 points, with Norman's 14th on 10 points. Snorlax 15th on 7 points. 16th is Majid on 6 points. Breathe. Wowzers. So, I mean, looking at that table, the top 4, is it? 5 could possibly win this championship. I mean, it's 10 points behind Guesty is. He'd have to get fastest lap, he'd have to win, he'd have to get the pole position, and he'd have to hope that the top 3 people have come really far at the back, and then you've got the other drop scores starting to come into play. So it gets hazy, it gets confusing. So let's just say Jay's got to win. If Jay goes out with that attitude that he's got to go in there, and I'll tell you what, I've done a couple of laps just in time trial in this very car, this GT3. It's snaky, guys. It really is shady at the back end. It does not like that corner. I'll tell you the corners. Seemed okay in this in third gear. Didn't seem to want to kick out too badly. And then coming up towards, I friggin' know the corners, but I forget. I think it's, I don't know. I don't even want to say. So, third in that one, yes. Sometimes you get away with fourth, but Paddock Hill Bend, what we're coming up to, we're up Radham Straight. Paddock Hill Bend here, braking his way beyond that marker, down to third. And he didn't quite make the apex there, but he's made a good entry into it. Up to Druids now, heavy braking, third gear again. Oh, he's chosen second now. I found this car in second gear did not agree with the racetrack at all. On hard tyres, she just wanted to spin in second gear, but obviously Race Brown's foot control a lot better than mine. Third through, I think, Graham Hill Bend, and this one, Surtees I want to say, but I can't remember. I ain't got the map out. Second gear again for Race Brown, very confident down in those low gears. I found it very, very shady in the second gear, but compromised really. He just went round in third gear, just a bit slower. There we go, around that one. That was not too bad. This one gets a bit tighter, down to third. Take a lot of the curve there. Can sling you out on that. Oh, he just about put a wheel out there. Fourth gear. Now this one, deceptively tight. Gets a lot of the curve there. Stays within the lines. Beautiful stuff. But that was a treacherous corner for me. Back end wanted to go out, hitting that curve in the wrong angle. It does not help. Then full floor in it, down here, somewhere around here, just breaking off the speed, touching that curb a little bit, riding it around, back on the accelerator, back up through the gears, back onto the straight for pole position, we're assuming, because we're the first person on track. There you go, pole position for Racer Brown. Homesick Alien coming up to the line, goes 3/10 slower. Guesty next, comes along, and he's 2 seconds slower. Superman, he goes faster than Guesty, but not Homesick Alien. Then Jimbo has a go. In third place, he has history here at Brands Hatch. Some good, some bad. Mostly bad for Jim, though. He does carry the bad luck with him in his racing. Ensign, you at fifth, sorry. With Guesty now dropping down to sixth with that earlier shaky time. Digital Blasphemy hasn't posted a time yet. He's warming his tyres up still. And the Baz is our last contender. So no Jokers, was there? No Jokers, no Sharon. So Ensign and Bazza could look set to jump up the leaderboard here, the final leaderboard, which will be great for him. Digi does set a time, puts himself, he stays ninth, but I think that was a warm-up lap. Don't think it was the real thing, because we saw him wiggling it. So Racer Brown off the track, like I said, there you go, and the back end wants you to go around there. There's nothing you can do about that. And coming through is Homesick Alien, managing to find his right braking spot. Racer Brown, where was yours? Pushing that one in. Jimbo then, let's watch Jimbo. He's come across a car, that looks like Guesty. Guesty struggling with the hard tyres on track at the moment. Hey, it's quite nifty though. It has kind of worked, that putting the table in there. We'll give it a go, but honestly, if you expect me to talk, we'll see. So Supermanny's gone faster, third. So yeah, Supermanny 70 points versus JOO, who's a late bloomer here, sitting in fifth at the moment. Big Dan's gone third fastest. Big Dan in the Rich Energy Aston Martin. Jay setting the time, best for fourth fastest for Jay so far. Race points to JOO, 74 points. Really his race, well, his race is with all of them, isn't it? It's race on with everyone, but it does depend a lot on what other people do. And this is how you're going to attack this. Whoa, there you go. He's got that shaky feeling in the back end of that Aston Martin. She is a wriggler, I tell you, she's dicey to drive. So Racer Brown then, how far through qualifying are we? We're over halfway through qualifying at the moment. Racer Brown's a 10th ahead, and there's that back end I told thee about. There's a Homesick Alien trying to find a 10th around here. He's gone faster each time around. Can he go faster again? Sure to get pole if he does, and he does. There he goes, boom, there you go. Way too fast, you don't slow down, you're gonna crash. Say crash, watch your face. Racer Brown then, I'm subtle when I need to be. Jim is going great guns. He's gone faster every time. No, he didn't. Lap 3 wasn't great for him, but he's just starting a lap, and he's 8,000. JOO's gone faster but stayed third, and Jim, half a second he's looking for on Ensign Hewitt right now. Jim sitting 7th in the championship, 47 points, but no Shiren, so that's an easy position for just showing up. And Guesty is probably too far out of reach, but no Jokers either to chase Jim down. 10 points at the latter. He's got Ensign and Bazza to worry about, but I think Ensign and Bazza will be stuck in their own battle, and Ensign has brought his A game, being 4th fastest. Digital Blasphemy goes faster and moves up into 7th place ahead of the Baz and Guesty. Guesty, who we have seen pole position specialist this season, I'm sure of it. Pole positions and fastest laps galore. He's got 3, one of one and one of the other. Hang on, I'll tell you. He's got 1 pole, no, hang on, I'll find him. Yes, 1 pole position, 2 fastest laps throughout the season. He's sitting a plumb last. He's not getting on with the Aston around Brands Hatch. She's not giving it for him. Come on, baby, you can do it. She's got a slippery back end, Guesty. Like you like them, Wrigley. So Guesty does find a bit of pace, moves up into 8th place, a 10th behind Digital Blasphemy, 8 tenths ahead of Bazza. Homesick Alien, meanwhile, still pole position. Racer Brown having a better lap, 3 tenths faster than he's gone before, but still not purple. Interesting. So, yet not as fast as the Alien, but faster, a lot faster than his lap. Bazza goes across the line, and it doesn't look like he's improved his position. He stays in 9th place behind Guesty as Racer Brown now tries to claim that pole, and let's face it, Racer Brown needs all of it. He's sitting 4th in the championship and 9 points behind the leader. He needs fastest laps, pole positions and wins. That's someone off the track there, Jim, I think. giving space to Racer Brown, whose back end steps out a little, 0.3 faster, but it's still not purple. It is still not purple. How much time did Homesick Alien give away in that final sector? And is that where Racer Brown can exploit? And we saw a big sideways moment from Racer Brown. Super Manny goes faster, but only 5th fastest. Ensign Hewitt is a tricky, slippery eel today. They can't catch him. And no, he lost a lot. Homesick Alien didn't give up much time. It's just fast. Guesty again goes faster, but doesn't catch Digital Blasphemy. So Bazza went faster, and he's 0.6 behind Guesty. Guesty going faster, 0.07 of a second behind Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy again, 0.07 behind Jim. This is cracking stuff. Jim's 6th fastest so far. And we'll see his next sector. Ooh, he might be worth staying with, as Jim's pushing it around hard, and he might be picking up a tow from the Rich Energy car ahead of him as well, which should be dead handy. Oh, he's lost 0.6 in that sector. So Jim, he's 0.4 behind the South African Superman A, and Superman, he's pushing now near the end. Oh, he's 0.2 off of his best. He needs to find a 10th to catch Ensign Hewitt, who's the surprise of the day. He's home. He's got that home track advantage. And Ensign Hewitt pulling himself up the grid by at least, what, four places, would we say his average is around between 6th and 8th. And Ensign Hewitt then having a blinder. Super Manny again going faster, but not fast enough. 4,000ths, and he's done. That's 4,000ths. Racer Brown takes pole at the dead. Is Homesick's done. He's in second, so Racer Brown grabs it. JOO still on a run. He's coming around the final corner. Can he find that 0.4 that he needs to get pole position from Racer Brown? And it's a no. He starts 3rd. Ensign Hewitt starting in 4th. Is he still on a run? It doesn't look like he is. Super Manny 5th. Jim starts in 6th. Digital Blasphemy in 7th. He's still on a run, but I think he's just kicked up some dirt. Guesty starting in 8th, unlike Guesty. Bazza's just dropped a lap time in, but he still stays 9th. And Digital Blasphemy comes around that final corner, but it doesn't look like it's any faster. I may be wrong, but it looks... No. He's not going to change positions there. And he starts in 7th. So what? Well, Racer Brown is job 1, mission accomplished, part 1. He needed the fastest lap. Now he's 1 point closer to JOO. It's gone from, 9 points down to 8 points. Now he needs to finish about 2 or 3 positions or 4 positions ahead of him in the championship. Racer Brown then, 1:25.571 was the time. Homesick Alien, the pole sitter for most of the session, at 25.7. And then we have JOO in 3rd, Ensign Hewitt 4th, Super Manny in 5th, Jim 6th, Digital Blasphemy in 7th, Guesty starts in 8th, with the Belgian Bullet there in 9th. Oh, no, close. Spectate. Oh, my lord. He doesn't give me... That was me, I suppose. That took a while. And there we go. No, that's wrong, because Guesty's on pole. No, Guesty's done that weird glitch thing. So Racer Brown on pole there. Pulls away from the Alien. And JOO up there in 3rd place, with Super Guesty down there in 5th. And Super Manny in 4th. Super Manny under threat from Guesty. Guesty's had an absolute blinding start. Sorry, I have the map thing still up. So Guesty had a blinding start. Ensign Hewitt, not a great start. And there we go, Jim in 7th, Bazza in 8th. Digital Blasphemy loses out the most, down into back. Did he jump at start? Who knows? But Racer Brown solid as a rock with that pole position. And he's in ahead of Homesick Alien. Everyone starting with the hard tyre. JOO chasing him down, but 0.8 already. And he's losing ground to the guys ahead. Is he saving? Already, Super Manny all over him. Super Manny only 4 points behind. We've missed the battle of the South Africans. I've been looking at the Alien and Racer Brown, but we've got to remember Super Manny's already won 2 races this season, and he's 4 points behind JOO. So Super Manny in with a shout with this championship. In the chat, But Shello Meso, is this live? It is live, my friend. It is live. This is happening right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Racer Brown then 5/10. He's pulled out on the Alien, Homesick Alien. 7/10 on J00. J00 pulling away from Supermanny now by a second. Then Ensign Newer wiggling it a little bit, but Guesty's going for the move into Druids, and Guesty on the brakes, and Ensign Newer's got to go wide. He's got to go wide. He's gone the long way round. The car's wiggling, but Ensign Newer holds position. He hold door. Hold the door. And Ensign Newer, he went the treacherous, dirty route, and he came up trumps there. And Guesty stays in 6th place with Jim in 7th, but he's got a Belgian bullet right up his backside that's going to go off, baby. And he's got to watch himself because Bazza is on it. Chasing down with great anticipation of an overtake on the Jim, and the Jim has absolutely excelled in the Aston Martin this season. I don't think I've seen a season he's looked so good in qualifying and race trim, and at the moment he's got the Bazza. Remember, they're in that battle. Bazza's got to go him, but he's going at him like he means it. Meanwhile, up at the lead, Racer Brown 1.3 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, who's 9/10 ahead of J00. J00, slow cook. He's a slow cook. He's coming on. And oh my lord, what is that? Homesick Alien, or is Racer Brown? Racer Brown is out for the count, my love. And there he is. OMG, Racer Brown went too hard. Too hard. Oh, I pressed Z, you bugger. Oh, we didn't get the replay. I thought I pressed Z when it happened. Homesick Alien now is the leader of this race with J00 in 2nd place. Has that sealed it for J00? Is he the championship leader? Ensign Newitt somehow along the way has got ahead of Supermanny. Or no, was that always the way? That may have always been the way. Ensign was always ahead of Supermanny. I thought Supermanny was chasing. No, maybe not. I'm not sure. Guesty now up to 5th with the Baz on him. He's got past Jim. We've had so much movement, and now Racer Brown is having to pick it up and crack on. And in the chats, but Shello and Meso saying thank you. No, you're fine. It's nice to have you. It's nice to have someone say hello. Hi. Homesick Alien then leads. It's a 90-minute race, man. I don't know. Clear your schedule. I've got a hot beverage. That's probably the best thing that goes with this. Ensign Newer is absolutely on board with this race here at Brands Hatch as he makes his way past. But J00 is coming back at him. He's on his inside. It's all about the Druids. It's all about the break. We've seen Ensign go all the way around the outside, and he does it again. Ensign Newitt fears no man. He wiggles his way out of that corner, still ahead of J00. And somebody give that man a medal because he is racing. J00 then 3rd place with Supermanny 4th, and J00 will want that position back. It's only alone, he says. Ooh, as the back end of the Aston Martin steps away from him again, and Ensign Newitt chasing down the Alien. Is he the man that can beat the Alien today? Because Homesick Alien is absolutely on form. No wheel gone wrong. We haven't seen his back end wiggle one bit all through qualifying. Every time we saw him, he was rightfully on pole until Mr. Brown snatched it away from him in the last seconds. And the man cannot put a wheel wrong. And I don't want to curse that man, but Ensign Newitt, look at him. He's fired up. Oh, he's gone soft. Oh, he's got the softs on now. Now then. Let's all settle down. It's still good racing that we're seeing from Ensign, no doubt, but he is on the soft tyre, which I overlooked. I looked and I thought everyone was on hards, but Ensign Newitt's gone soft already early doors in this race, and he's going up to the Alien. Then tyres are in absolute primo condition for a soft set of tyres, and he is absolutely bulleting it. He's jetting on. He's leaving like a tree, I think. Homesick Alien then, and we've seen Homesick Alien before. He's on the hard tyre. You can't ruffle his feathers. He won't be concerned that the young ensign, the young rookie, he's not a rookie, but you know, the young stag has bolted. He won't worry about that. We've had that scenario happen to him before. What he will worry about is rain, and luckily Brands Hatch, I think, does not have rain. So and night. I don't think Brands Hatch has night as well. So we're going to see the cars for the whole 90 minutes. People, relax. We're not going to be watching headlights today, and we're not going to be watching people spinning around because there's only one lap of rain, and they're trying to stay on their softs. These things aren't going to happen today. We're going to have an all-out fight, and Ensign Ewart fancies it. He's up for it. He's fighting Scrappy out of Scooby-Doo. Let me at him. Let me at him. Hey, let me at him. So Ensign Ewart on it at the Brands. He has got the soft tyre on. Homesick Alien just gauging that distance between JOO. He is the danger. Supermanny only 1.5 seconds behind him. Bazza, is he on the softs? Yeah, Bazza's on the softs as well. Another lively contender in the field. He's in a fight with Ensign Ewart, really, isn't he? With Ensign Ewart on 37 points and the Baz on 33 points. And he's getting good lap times. Let's in-car with the Baz as he spreads his love all over the back of Supermanny's Cognizant. Here we go, going up and over the brow of the hill. Like Jack and Jill, Bazza's on it with a set of soft tyres. Supermanny trying to defend, but is it worth it? Is it worth losing time on the JOO, your teammate ahead, your championship rival, and down into the braking zone. The Bazza on the inside, clean as a whistle, I believe, I hope, but he gets the move done. I think it was all right. Supermanny seems to have dropped back, but Supermanny might have just lifted a bit because he didn't want to get involved in those very fast corners. Guesty, meanwhile, on those hard tyres, and he's only 3.7 seconds, 3.9 seconds behind Supermanny as the Belgian Bullet bashes his way through the balls, and JOO getting a little closer to Homesick. Is this something to be concerned about? JOO using a little more fuel than the Alien, but he has closed up to within a second, and he'll be starting to get a stream. He'll be starting to get a slipstream off of the Alien, which will only help him get closer. Meanwhile, in another dimension, Ensign Ewart is flying, I tell you, in the 24s, and he's fighty today. They can only use them softs once. He'll have to go onto the medium or the hard tyre when he pits, and the other guys, same, mediums or softs. They can't put on the same tyre twice, although we had a weird moment last round when it was wet, where we saw a couple of contenders not use a wet weather tyre but go on to the soft tyre, and it was in the rules. It was in the rules, but it shouldn't have been in the rules, if you get what I'm saying. It was kind of worded in a way, whereas it wasn't like wet weather tyres used, it's just a wet track. So it's been cleared up now, and I don't think there was anything. There was a stewards, but there wasn't anything to come of it. It just was a rewriting, I think. Clearing up of the rules. So Ensign Ewart then, smashing it, baby, one more time. Smash it, baby, one more time. And there we go. JOO, Homesick Alien in for what I would say an early stop. He's not happy with the hard tyre. He fancies an early stop. Interesting stuff, but Ensign Ewart cracking on. JOO probably rather confused, like myself. Only 10 minutes into a race. And Racer Brown as well on the same dirty old tactic. They're going to put fast tyres on. Homesick's gone mediums, and Racer Brown possibly the same. And they're going to be going out there cracking in sometimes. Bazza's up to third now on those soft tyres, and maybe they've seen the distance that Ensign Ewart's pulled off. We did do a race here where it was strange. It was like you'd think it was a two-stop strategy, where the Brands Hatch, you don't lose a lot of time in the pit stop. It's a very short pit lane, and yeah, it's sometimes worth just making more stops. And maybe that's what Racer Brown and Homesick are taking the advantage of, is that you don't lose a lot, and you probably lose more staying out on those hard tyres for 10 laps or so than you would be. I mean, let's have a look. Ensign Ewart's doing 24.5s on the softs. JOO, who's a very fast man, is doing 26.2s. This one looks like it might be into the 25s, but he's pushing it. He's pushing the balls off it. That's 2 seconds a lap. Now, if a pit stop's costing you, I mean, I've got a thing here that says what the pit stop costs. Let me get out of the table and go to the pit stop. 15 seconds. So you get 2 seconds a lap. 5 laps is 10 seconds. So yeah, you know, it's why it's not a big loss here. It's a bigger loss going around on the hard tyre than it is doing the pit stops. And Bazza comes through and takes second. Yes, he's on the softs, but I really do believe it's not going to matter. It's not. The hard tyres do a short stint. JOO, Super Manny, they are contenders in the championship, but have they misread Brands Hatch? Homesick Alien out on the medium tyre. And yeah, he's lost 17 seconds maybe. He was leading, wasn't he? Oh, 24 seconds. No, he was 4 seconds behind Ensign Ewart. So he's 12 seconds behind Super Manny, and Super Manny is 2.8 seconds 3. So he's lost about 16 seconds on JOO. So Homesick Alien, who was being caught by JOO, remember, has come in early. He's put a set of mediums on, and he's going to be doing 24s, 25s. And JOO out there, he's managing 25s. Well, we'll see what the mediums do. Ensign Ewart nearly used that set of softs up now. We're on lap 10. We're 13 minutes into the race. He's halfway through his fuel. Bazza is 8 seconds behind Ensign, 1.5 seconds ahead of JOO with Super Manny in tow there. But they're going to have a Homesick Alien catching them up pretty soon. Guesty there in 6th place. We'll have a look at that lap time. 25.0 versus JOO's 27.2 that last time around. Super Manny a 26.3. So it's over a second faster than being on a hard set of tyres. And this is the gains. Big gains. Guesty, he's been in. He's put mediums on. When did he pit then? He pitted on lap 8 as well. So Guesty slipped in, put their mediums on. Racer Brown's also put the mediums on. Digital Blasphemy still kicking it with a set of hard tyres. And Jim, he's been in and he's put the medium tyres on also. He got the memo. He did it on lap 5, it looks like. 5 seconds adrift of Digital Blasphemy. Looks like he's had a tough time there on lap 5. Lap 5 seems to be the only one, but it does seem to be quite a long pit stop, so he might have had a spin on that pit. Meanwhile, Ensign Ewart, the fastest man on track, goes around again to start lap 11, and his front tyre starting to look rather shady. He's doing similar lap times to the medium runners now. Bazza also, well, Bazza's looking after those softs rather well. He's down to a quarter of a tank of fuel. Ensign Ewart somewhere between a quarter and a half. JOO, is he compromised? Are they compromised? Are the South Africans compromised by staying out on the hard tyres? JOO managing 25.9 last time around. Super Manny a 26.3. Homesick Alien a 25 and then a 25.4. It's very tight, isn't it? He is catching up with Super Manny. Guesty as well doing 25.3s on those medium tyres, pushing it hard into Paddock Hill. Racer Brown chasing him down 2.4 seconds, and Racer Brown's getting 24.7s. 24, only 2/10 off of Ensign Ewart. No, he's getting purples now with his mediums, and that is going to be soul destroying for poor Ensign Ewart, who has had a blinding run. But I think it may be time to change those tyres. He's a second off of his fastest. And it looks like the Baz is catching him up. I've just finished my hot beverage. If you was wondering what the weird sound effects were. Ensign Ewart continues on, even though those tyres are screaming mercy and mercy. And Bazza still on about it. Now, big decisions here at pace. And yes, they're finally coming in. They're coming in. Both of them at the same time. Is it too late? 10 seconds. Homesick is going to absolutely pound them. They're looking to try and get out ahead of Guesty at their best. And Guesty's been doing some absolutely fabulous lap times. Although, no, he pitted on lap 8. So, oof, it's tight stuff here as Guesty comes up over the brow of the final corner. JOO is out. JOO is out of the pits ahead of Guesty, but only just. And Bazza's had an off. Bazza must have had an off because the Alien is ahead of him. And the Bazza now in third. JOO coming out the pits in fourth ahead of Guesty. Racer Brown. Supermanny's been mugged off by everybody. And oh no, Guesty's had an off. Guesty and Racer Brown's had offs. Unbelievable stuff going on out here. Cracking racing. So there is the Guestmeister around Druids, are we? Yeah. Oh, coming out both Racer Brown and Guesty. Flooring it too fast. Too hard, boys, too hard. You got to be gentle with her. There's a Tenacious D song for you guys. Something her gently. I'm gonna hug her gently. So, Ensign Newer into the pits for a new fresh set of boots. He can't put softs on. Is he going to go medium hard? Homesick Alien on the mediums being chased down with the Baz, who must have had an off. It doesn't look like he's had an off with the timings. So Homesick Alien crossing the line. No, Ensign Newer's back out again. He's gone racing hard. He's 5 seconds on the Alien. The Alien on a set of mediums. This is cray. Wowzers. And there's JOO, 6 seconds adrift of them as well. As Superman gets a position. Well, he got the position off of Guesty and Racer Brown. I said he got mugged off by the pair of them, but then they both committed suicide out of Druids, and Superman goes back up into 4th place, chasing down his teammate, who's only 5 seconds. His teammate and his closest rival in the championship. 4 points between these two, remember. Unbelievable stuff. I should look up what they get for points in positions. Let me go to the rules, because my iPad sat here dormant, not doing sod all, so I could look that up for you. Right, first place is 20 points, second place is 18 points, third place is 16 points. So if Superman can win and JOO comes in third, that'll be Superman's championship, because he'd won more races, because they've got 2 races each they've won. There'll be a countback if they finish in them positions. At the moment, JOO is on for 16 points, where Superman is only going to get 14 points. If that's how it finishes. So JOO and then the Homesick Alien getting 18 points, but he's some way off. He needs a good fair whack of points, does Homesick Alien. He's on, what's he on? 66 points. Oh, that's crap, you know, because it's done 1s and 2s all next to each other. 74. Superman is on 70. Homesick Alien's on 66. So Homesick Alien on for 18 points. Superman on for 14 points. Sorry, it's 4 points. Digital Blasphemy, we've lost Digi. We've lost our friend Digital Blasphemy. Oh, my friend. We don't see you often enough, and then the only race you do race with us, you go. You go. I miss you, Digi. So Ensign Newer, 4 tenths now. Homesick Alien has absolutely pulverised that 5-second gap. I thought it'd take longer, but luckily I've come back just in time to see Homesick Alien put in the vital blow to Ensign Newer's race-winning chances. And Homesick Alien yet to use the soft tyre. So still advantage on the Alien. But whilst Ensign Newer, you don't really... I tell you what, Ensign... Oh, another pit stop would put you probably back with Racer Brown. But yeah, I don't know if there's a rule about how long you have to use the tyres for. I know some championships say you have to use them for a minimum of 5 laps. But I can't say in this if that is the rule. I can't see it anywhere. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is a rule about the amount of laps you have to do on them. Most people did at least, 5 to 8 laps at the beginning of the race, I suppose, just to cover themselves off. But I don't think it's in... We have had championships. See, that's the problem. There's so many championships. It's hard to keep track. There was a championship where they had to remain on the car for at least 5 laps, including in-lap and out-lap, as people argued weren't laps. Homesick Alien now leads 6/10 by Ensign Hewitt, so the move's been done while I was trying to work out something. I can't remember what now. JOO chasing him down 3.6. JOO at 24.8 last time around. Homesick Alien 25.9. That's vital. That's nearly over a second. Way over a second, sorry. No, it's a second and a tenth. Ensign Hewitt, meanwhile, 27.7. He's going to be dropping back into the clutches of our man JOO. Super Manny, 6.2 seconds. He did a 25.5 last time around, and he's getting into his comfort zone with those medium tyres. Racer Brown's done away with the Guestmeister, and he's on his way now, chasing down Super Manny. But I think this championship now is a little bit out of his reach. We are just coming up to 22 minutes, so still over 67 minutes of racing to go. 68 minutes, really. I'm being finicky about seconds. And so still anything can happen in this race. And like I said, these Aston Martins, very wiggly. The back ends are very wiggly. And it's a tough one to keep them facing the right way. Homesick Alien at the moment, no foot has been put wrong out there for the Alien. It's been straightforward. He started the season with a win, and he's going to bookend it with a win. And he's going to get himself a good fair points on... Geez, man. I think he's 10 points behind. Homesick Alien's on 66 points. Jay's on 74 points. So 8 points behind. He's looking for 8 points in this race. At the moment, he's on for 20 points, where JOO would be on 16. That's 4 points. He needs JOO to finish way down in sort of the 8th, which isn't going to happen unless there's well, then other points would come into it. The drop scores, they'd be lower than what he'd already scored. So all Homesick can do now is win it, just for pride, and hope the fates are on his side. But even so, I think JOO probably well, no, because he had to go because of power shedding before, so it might be 1 or 2 points. It gets too finicky to start working out. Ensign Hewitt sliding around all over the place. Has he had a podium? I don't believe that our man Ensign has had a podium this season, and this would be a great ending for him. Let's have a look. Ensign Hewitt got 9 points in round 1, didn't turn up for round 2. Flipping took a holiday, believe it or not. He got 12 points in round 3, 5 points in round 4, 11 points in round 5. So getting a podium for him is virtually like winning a race. But at the moment, JOO on those medium tyres, 25.3 for JOO last time around. Ensign Hewitt 26.9, because the hard tyres are hard to drive on. And how long is he going to stay on them? I wouldn't hang around on them that long. How long have you been on them? Yeah, Ensign, get yourself in onto a set of mediums. Screw that. You don't lose a lot of time. You'll come out around about Racer Brown Guesty area. Maybe just behind Racer Brown, or just behind Guesty. The Baz, he's gone to Racing Hards. He's 12 seconds adrift of Guesty. 14 seconds after we lost Digi. Jim is some 14 seconds. Jim not having a great Brands Hatch. I bigged him up at the beginning as well. I had a feeling, my balls were itching, and I thought that meant Jim was going to get a podium today. But obviously it was for Ensign, possibly, as JOO gets himself by, and up into second place. Oh, he's already done it. Bugger neck. So I should have stuck with him. Homesick Alien 5 seconds in the lead. It's still not a done and dusted for Homesick Alien. JOO is still a huge threat, and JOO possibly sealing this championship early doors with a great position on track. Third at the moment goes to Ensign Hewitt. He did a bolt in the early days with a set of racing soft tyres. Did well for him, built up a lovely buffer. Come out of the pits still ahead of the Alien, which is what he needed, but on those hard tyres, the Alien has slowly picked him off, and JOO has been next. But I think Ensign should go in. I think that's enough for the hards. Go in, put some mediums on. You're just going to get caught up by Super Manny next. Super Manny doing a 25.1. What's he going to do on this lap? He's on the medium tyre. Similar fuel to Ensign. Does another 25.1. Ensign Ewart doing 27.1s. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. You may as well come in, and then you'll be ahead of the Baz, who was on your strategy anyway. I don't know how Baz has ended up down there, because he was on the same strategy as Ensign, and he weren't that far behind Ensign. But maybe that's what Ensign doesn't want, to end up 15 seconds. But again, for Baz, you should go in and get rid of the hard tyres. No one on the track, apart from you two, are on hard tyres. And Bono, he deserves it. So Homesick Alien, 4 point, not Bono. See, that was a U2 reference, but Bono now, in the racing terms, is famous for telling Hamilton to not shut his gob when he should, and stop whining. Stop being a baby, Lewis. Tyres go off, bro. That's what happens, dude. And whenever you say to me, oh, my tyres are going off, you go and do the fastest lap. So I feel like you're wasting my time with your whining. Cut it out. So Homesick Alien leads 4.5 seconds, JOO in second, but Bono is also a singer of a band called U2, and I can't even remember why I said U2 in the first place, so forget about it, it doesn't matter. JOO's in second, with Ensign Ewart in third, but being caught, and he still won't go in the pits. Go in the pits, Ensign. It's not for me to tell you. I know I just pretended to be Bono. Lewis's engineer, not Bono from U2, because if I was Bono from U2, I'd say, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I'm not. I'm pretending to be Bono from Stop Whining Lewis. But Ensign, you really should go in and get rid of the hards, is what I'm saying, in a long and drawn-out manner. Superman in fourth place with Racer Brown on a set of mediums, cooking them nicely, cooking them up a treat, doing a 25.2 last time out, chasing down Superman, who's done a 25.1, so it's all just stagnant there between the two of them. That 5-second gap will not change. What's Guesty doing? He's doing slower time, so he's losing ground on them. Bazza, he was 12 seconds behind Guesty. He's lost another 8 seconds because he won't go in and change those hards. Even if there is a 5-lap rule, you've done 5 laps. Hard tyres cost you more than a pit stop does. I've done the math. I did the math just now. Do you the math again? But it's no better. Oh, Lennon, my sweet love. Could you just turn the light on? Oh, now you've mentioned coffee, I'd have one. Oh. I had to carry your mum across the bloody hospital car park for you. Racer Brown and Guesty swapping positions. Mr. Brown's come in, and that's going to be for a set of soft tyres. Watch out, world, because Racer Brown is just about to obliterate that 24.5, and Homesick Alien, meanwhile, 4.7 seconds ahead of JOO. The lap times, 25.5 for the Alien, 25.2 for JOO. Ensign Ewart dropping away, 26.7 with Super Manny on the medium tyres, 25.2 as well. Jim's gone in, Jim's reacted, and he's gone in as well. Oh no, well, he needed fuel also. Did Racer Brown need fuel? He possibly did. He was low on fuel, so maybe that wasn't a pit stop strategy. Maybe he just didn't top up and just thought, well, when the tank runs out, I'll put softs on. And Homesick Alien clicking off the purples. Can he get the fastest lap on the medium tyres? Now that would be a bee in his bonnet, and it looks like Jim somehow has come out of the pits ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown, he's not doing anything. Racer Brown's conceded. I think things happening. Homesick Aliens pitted. JOO stays out. Homesick his tyres gnarly, and JOO carries on with now Super Manny taking in second place. Homesick Alien in third. Ensign Ewart comes in as well. It's time. It's well beyond time to get rid of those tyres. Guesty as well into the pits to get rid of his mediums. He can go on to softs, as Homesick Alien's just gone on to softs, and Ensign Ewart not moving yet. And Homesick Alien then in third on a set of softs, chasing down Super Manny and JOO. Remember, JOO and Super Manny both stayed out a long time on the hard tyres, and I said it was wrong. Was it wrong? This is where we find out. Ensign Ewart onto a set of mediums. He can go a little faster now. He's ahead of Guesty by 9.6 seconds, but Guesty has gone soft. He's got the soft tyres on. He's going to be a danger. Baz is in, and he's going to put a set of hards on. No, it should be mediums, surely. Maybe he's not even changing tyres, he's just topping up with fuel. Jim's gone for a set of softs now. He says he's 28 seconds behind the Baz. Baz has gone on to mediums. I apologise, it's so slow, this computer. Why can't it just tell you while they're sat there? And Baz is out, but my good golly gosh, Baz on a set of medium tyres, Jim on a set of soft tyres. We're on for a hard race here. Racer Brown, oh my lord, it does look like he's had to concede this race, and he could have got a podium today. Rizzler the Roller says hello there, and Rizzler the Roller saying spicy. Yes, my love. And JOO then takes the lead, 6.3 seconds, but he owes a pit stop, and then he can use a set of soft tyres, as will Supermanny in a couple of laps. Racer Brown is now out. Racer Brown's out. It's crazy. It's crazy. That was like the longest pit stop ever. Well, he's not out. He's just changed his tyres. Something odd. He must have needed a wee-wee, possibly. Sometimes he gets on calls. He's on call sometimes, so he gets a phone call, he has to answer it. He's the help desk. Hello, Esteban's help desk. How can I help you? You want how much? Is that kilograms or pounds? Okay. Okay. I'll load the aeroplane up for you personally myself, and that delivery will come to you. Hi. Right, so Racer Brown obviously taking care of business whilst racing. There's an empire to run. It doesn't run itself. JOO then in the lead, 6.3 seconds. Supermanny, 9 seconds ahead of the Alien, who's 13 seconds ahead of Ensign Ewart. Guesty, 7.5 seconds drift of Ensign, but he's on them soft tyres, remember? So it's going to get, as Rizzler the Roller says, it's going to get spicy. And Ensign Ewart, he's had to defend. He had a lovely first stint when he was on the soft tyres, and everyone apart from Bazza was on the hards. He got a lovely run, drove through the field like butter, hot knife through butter. He was. It was a pleasure. Around the outside of Druids twice, he held ground. It was a delight. And then he had to go to the hard tyre, which put him on the back foot. I kept saying, you've been on the hard tyre too long, my friend. Too long. Go in. Change. But he stayed the course. He held ground. He dropped to about fourth, and that's where he resides at the moment. Now he's 27 seconds behind JOO, who's 5 seconds ahead of Supermanny. These two are ready, set, go for a pit stop, which will put the lead back into Homesick Alien's hands. But where will it put Ensign Ewart on his medium tyres? Now JOO and Supermanny will both be putting on a set of racing soft tyres by the rule. That is the last final compound they have to tick off their to-do list, and then all the pit stops after that in the next 55 minutes will be free choice tyres, as Homesick Alien is using the final set of tyres that he mandatorily has to use in this race. And then he'll be soft tyres all the way. He's obliterated Ensign Ewart's lap time as JOO and Supermanny both pit at the same time. And Homesick Alien is down the straightaway, and he's clear, baby, clear. But it's all about Ensign Ewart. What can he make out of this lap, this precious out lap of his, or second lap off his out lap? He's coming down the straightaway now. JOO has been released. He's out. He's on a set of softs. No stopping him now. And Ensign Ewart does pit Supermanny, but Supermanny is on the racing soft as they go into the first corner, and Ensign Ewart on the racing medium tyres. What can he do? He has to defend. He has to slow Supermanny down in any way, fashion he can to put himself at an advantage at the next pit stop. Supermanny cannot be held up by Ensign Ewart. It is imperative for Supermanny to get past his man instantly to keep that fight going with his closest contender in the championship, and Ensign Ewart is the piggy in the middle. Homesick Alien just wants to get another win on the roster, knowing that this championship with JOO and Supermanny battling it out just behind him is unwinnable. Guesty Now fastest man on track, had no pace in qualifying, steadily moved up the order in the race. It's languishing for him, down in 5th place, and taking fastest laps away from all the other contenders. Racer Brown with that excessively long pit stop. Maybe they lost the wheel wrench or something. Is out now, chasing down the Guestmeister, and he's still 21 seconds ahead of the Baz, who's on medium tyres, and only 4.4 seconds ahead of Jim66. Say his name in full, because he's coming, Bazza. He's coming to get you. Now let's on board with the Jim, whilst we see what the chat is, what the lowdown is in the chat. I love it when you guys get involved. Grizzler the Roller saying we love a good battle, and Bendit saying good evening, sir. Why, hello, my little petal. We're on board with Jim66. He's 5 seconds. He's dropped a bit of time to the Baz. He's on racing soft tyres, half a tank. We've got Homesick Alien leading from JOO. Ensign Newer in 3rd place, but Super Manny on the soft tyres will be all upon him. We should go back to that battle, because it's going to be tight. And it is. It's 8 tenths within each other on board with the South African Super Manny in with a shout. Still, we've got 52 minutes until it is done and dusted, and Super Manny, whilst the wheels are turning, still has a chance to win this championship, but he needs to outscore his teammate 4 points. So far, the only person to score in this race is Racer Brown with the pole position and possibly fastest lap. Then Super Manny on board. Remember, Ensign Newer on the racing medium tyre, while Super Manny donning the racing softs. And this is it. They've all used their allocated tyres after this. It is free choice for the final part of this race. I say the final part. They'll be doing a few more pit stops yet, and that's when the guesswork really does start to happen. And Super Manny, though, all up and in Ensign Newer's business. What side does he want? Ensign having a wiggle it just a little bit. Let me see you wiggle it. And there we go. Super Manny making a beautiful move up the inside again, with Ensign Newer's back end not wanting to settle down, and Guesty only a second behind. My lordy lords. Super Manny, though, lost around about 3 seconds to his teammate there, the pace team, with that endeavour. And JOO 10 seconds adrift from the Alien, doing a 24.4, whilst the Alien 25.1. Ooh, 6 tenths faster is JOO, but his Homesick Alien just looking after everything. Doesn't need to push. He's got a 10-second buffer there. He is pitting a little earlier than JOO, but he's not got that much less fuel than him. And Super Manny then, more fuel than the two ahead of him. And Ensign Newer being caught with Guesty. And Guesty there kicking up a bit of Brands Hatch grass special. It's posh stuff, that. And again, Guesty mowing the corners as he chases down Ensign Newer. Tight stuff here. Tight stuff. 7 tenths in it. Guesty on a push as he heads up towards the rich energy liveried Aston Martin of Ensign Newer. Ensign Newer looking like he's going to get his best finish this season. And no, he didn't have an off, did he? He went wide. He didn't want to impede Guesty. He took a wide line there to let Guesty through. He knew Guesty, the fight wasn't with Guesty today, but he could be in with a podium battle still, although Guesty getting in there. Soft tyres, that's the thing. He did opt to start on those soft tyres, and it's come home to roost. Whilst he's on the mediums, everyone else being on the soft tyre, he'll be happier in the next phase of the race when he'll be joining them back on the soft tyres. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien losing time to JOO, but I don't think he's too concerned about it. He's just done a 24.8 with JOO coming down the straight, getting a 24.3. So he is slightly faster than the Alien at this point in the race. And Super Manny in third, 24-3 with Guesty 25-0, 3 seconds behind Super Manny. How has this race closed up so much? And Ensign Hewitt there a second, but he's not on the tyres to attack. But if the softs go away, and Ensign Guesty, as we speak, and loses the back end on the curves, and Ensign Hewitt, the story of the turtle and the hare come to mind with the soft tyre of Guesty, but just hanging that back end over the curb, and that puts Racer Brown back in with a shout of 5th place. Wowzers. Bazza, meanwhile, he was being caught by Jim, but Jim seems to have lost. Oh, he did a 32 on lap 26. That seems like a spinner, and I'm telling you, these Aston Martins are very delicate. They're delicate pieces of machinery to thread around, and Racer Brown has got his man. He is up and through, but guess he did have a little damage at the back of his car, and he's gone wide again. As guessed, he's been disrupted. His flow has to grow back, and Homesick Alien's flow still there. He's mid-24s. He's raised the game even. He's going faster. He's noticed JOO closing the gap, 23.9 from absolute legend that is JOO. This championship, he's got his hands half, he's got his grimy little hands half on that trophy. Yeah, there is no trophy, don't get excited. It's a pretend trophy. They're pretend cars. What do you expect? In third, Super Manny, a 24-0 with Ensign Hewitt clinging on, and the next man down the road is Racer Brown, who's bringing out a whole host of lap times that we would never expect to see, and Guesty, having a flip-flop just a moment ago, has ended up behind the Brown, and Ensign Hewitt, I don't know what name would you rather see behind you, Racer Brown or Guesty coming at you? Probably Guesty, because you think he might run out of fuel before he reaches you. Guesty has a vast history of using his fuel up a little bit too much before that final lap. Homesick Alien crossing the line, 25-4 there, dropping off a lot of pace. And that's it, it's down to 8 seconds now. JOO, 24-3. Is getting absolute tightly, and Ensign Hewitt then 5 seconds ahead of a Racer Brown, and poor old Guesty after his slide out. And Jim starting to catch Baz up, who's on the medium tyres again, but Jim lost a whole host of time, should have been ahead of him. And in the chat, Rizzler the Roller says lol. I don't even know what I said, and I apologise. If it was funny, it probably wasn't very nice to someone, I'm not sure. Homesick Alien then lead 7.2 seconds ahead of JOO, who's 6 and oh, he's going faster. That's not what Homesick Alien needs. It's down below 7 seconds. Homesick having a real drop off of pace for some reason or another. Something not quite going to plan in that Aston Martin, as JOO is enjoying a real lovely patch of grip. He goes 3/10 faster than his time, as Homesick Alien dropping off the pace. And this is the first time we've seen Homesick Alien having any kind of problem out there in the lead. And he's on them soft tyres. Are they just bubbling up a little bit for him? Is he struggling? There's a lot of marbles on track. If he goes offline, he's probably feeling it. And JOO at the moment in the sweet spot of that car, 23.6. That would have been fastest lap if Racer Brown didn't do a 23.3 earlier, the Killjoy. So at the moment, Racer Brown holding 2 points in this race, sitting down in 5th. It's not where he needed to be to win this championship. Guesty's gone in. His soft's too old to carry on. And Homesick Alien, what's he going to do? Is he going to come in for a quick fresh set of tyres? Because he's got no answer on pace to JOO. Super Manny staying with him. He's 24.5. He's not doing them lap times, is he? He's similar to Homesick. Ensign Hewitt still holding fast in 4th place. Oof, that car wiggling around all over the place. And Racer Brown is bringing it 24-2, getting ever closer. But will he pit? Will he need a pit soon? The tyre, the front right tyre, no, front left tyre, sorry, is pretty worn up. It's pretty ripped up there. It's halfway through its life. It can only go downhill from here. That's what they say. Bazza in that fight with Jim, still holding off 8 seconds, and Jim now has to pit. So Bazza survived the storm on the medium tyres, and he'll be going to the softs, and Guesty not that far ahead after the pit stop. But obviously then Bazza's got to stop. And Guesty deciding medium tyres, long stint. That's what Guesty's going for. 43 minutes. Let's see how long he can keep it up for until he gets bored of it and then comes in for some soft tyres because everyone's going fast. Homesick Alien then. Getting a purple. There you go. He's answering. That's the first sector. Let's not get too excited. It's like one corner, isn't it? 2 corners. 3 and a bit. 2/10 up on his fastest time though. So this is his answer to JOO's pace. It's down to 5.5 seconds now. JOO really is pulling out all the stops, and he's got his magical bag, and he's pulling all the tricks out. 23.7, 23.6. Really has found a bit of pace there, hasn't he? As the fuel comes down, Jim goes in. We saw his fuel was low, and we don't think Baz is going to be too much longer. But after him, Racer Brown has got ahead of Ensign Newer. I apologise, I missed it. We'll go back and have a... We can't look back, but we'll have a look where they are in situ. So Homesick Alien 5.8, that was a good lap. 24.3 out of the Alien. He knows he's having to push it as JOO comes over the hill. He needed a 24.5 last time around, and that's more like it. That's what the Homesick Alien wants. Level off that catch up. And Super Manny 7.4 seconds. He can't keep with the pace of JOO, and Racer Brown 12 seconds behind him, and he's doing good pace, but I don't think he's going to catch him up much. A few seconds possibly. He's pulled well away from... Oh no, Ensign must have had an off. It was a 32 that time around. He should have slung it into the pits, Ensign. Although fuel is a big thing for these guys. I haven't really been taking count of how long this fuel is lasting for, because they've all been pitting relatively with fuel still on. I mean, Homesick, JOO and Super Manny must have run it out at the beginning there on hard tyres. Would they go to 20 odd minutes? So if you fill up now, guess he might have to do one more stop. We'll see. They're on lap 34 of a 90-minute race. Homesick Alien leads 5.8 seconds. He's holding ground now to Jay. Jay starting to get that graining in his tyres, as is the Alien. The Alien under a quarter of a tank of fuel left, with Jay just on the quarter, just a little under the quarter of a tank of fuel, with Super Manny dead on a quarter. Now, haven't we seen Super Manny win these races? The races he wins, isn't he really clever with his fuel? Because he's 13 seconds behind the Alien and 7.2 seconds behind JOO, and I still don't trust that he's not got something up his sleeves to pull out an extreme win here. Racer Brown into the pit stops. Ensign knew it should but didn't. Damn you, Ensign. He's going to go on to a set of soft tyres. He's going to absolutely crack it. Maybe he's been keeping an eye on Guesty's times. What's Guesty done? 26.2 on those mediums. He's trying to get the fuel to last. And is Racer Brown going to follow suit? No, he's gone softs, full tank. He doesn't want those medium muck. You keep them, he says, as Guesty goes around. And Ensign Newer probably should have pitted around the same time as Racer Brown to be in with a shout against the Brown. And now he's left himself wide open as the Baz comes in. He's 37 seconds ahead of the Jim. Jim's on another set of mediums. He's gone Guesty's route. He thinks mediums on a heavy tank of fuel and only make one more stop in this race. Whereas Racer Brown, he's filled up, but he's gone for soft tyres, so he might have to come in, but his fuel will still be advantageous. Homesick Alien comes in with a dribble of fuel left on board, and JOO, is that the first time he's led him? No, it's not the first time he led after stint 1. But JOO takes the lead of the race. Oh, did he? Yeah, he did. And Superman, he moves up and into second place. And Ensign Newer, he's not going to get his man. He's too far away as the Alien exits the pit lane. It is a short stop here. And he's back on track. Third place, 16 seconds behind JOO on a fresh set of rubber. So he's going to be absolutely not on lap one. Lap one is the tyres still cold, still chilly. They're chillaxing. So it takes a lap, maybe a lap and a half, for the tyres to be back into primo condition. So Homesick Alien will be a little ginger going around the first lap, trying to find the grip. JOO caning it, and but his pit stop's not too far away. The car nearly stepping away from him then. He had to gather her up over the curbs. And the pace team are holding 1-2 at the moment, but they do have a pesky Alien in their way. When it all shakes out, Ensign Newer in fourth. He's going to pit now, but I am concerned it's a little too late with Racer Brown out there on a fresh set of soft tyres. And Guesty also, well, Guesty went the long route, didn't he, on the mediums? 8 seconds, 18 seconds. Ensign Newer might come out just ahead of Guesty, and Ensign Newer might fancy Guesty's route on a set of medium tyres. So we will see. And Rizzle the Roller saying, we are pace. They're looking for a 1-2. They're both battling at the top of the table. 74 points to 70 points. JOO on 74. Super Manny on 70. The next man down the order is Homesick Alien on 66 points, but Homesick Alien has track advantage. JOO and Super Manny will need to pit, and that will put Homesick Alien back into the lead of this race unless JOO goes for a very short stint. But what would he gain? What would he gain from that? Racer Brown out there on a full tank and racing softs, and we think he might be hoping to just do one more stop for this race. Guesty went out on a full tank and already has burned through a quarter of it. Ensign Newer, we saw, he's come out on the softs and he's dropped it on the cold tyres through Paddock Hill, and that is a disaster. And Bazza, good job too, is too far back to make a fight of it, but Ensign Newer could have been mixing it with Guesty and Racer Brown. JOO comes in, but that's what I was saying about Homesick Alien. Super Manny into the pits as well, about Homesick Alien taking it easy on his outlap. When he came out the pits, he didn't push it because he knows the tyres are cold, and with the headlights on, it's late in the day, the track's going to be slightly chilly. So Homesick Alien didn't come out, didn't floor it. He came out and just did it steadily. I'm not saying Ensign didn't do it steadily. I'm just saying that's the jeopardy of an outlap. Guesty on the medium tyres, 10 seconds behind Racer Brown, who recently pitted lap 34, and he's on the set of softs, pushing on with Super Manny now in third place after his pit stop, and JOO still about the same distance from Homesick Alien. But hey, what's the pits? Now we've got to talk about these final few pit stops, haven't we? Because I think some people are still going to make two stops, some people are going to make one. Homesick Alien could be one of those that has to make two stops. These guys pitting late on, don't even think they fully filled up. With Racer Brown 11.5 seconds behind Super Manny. He turned it around from an oh, he's had an off though. He had a bit of damage. With Guesty 6 seconds behind with his little off, has put him in striking distance of Guesty, but Guesty's on the medium tyre where Racer Brown is on the softs. Ensign Newer, meanwhile, has warmed his softs up now, but he's 17.5 seconds away from Guesty and 20 seconds ahead of the medium running Bazza, who's 9 seconds ahead of the medium running Jim. So a few of them opting to go on to the mediums at the end. The softs just not working for them like they would like. Homesick Alien going faster than he's gone before with a 24.3. And what's JOO's pace? He's getting purples. He's going to obliterate that 23.3. That is ridiculous. His fastest up till then was a 23.6. And is he really going to go in there and shatter the ceiling A 1/10.5 up on the fastest lap is JOO. Says El Plan on the back of his spoiler, and looks like El Plan Uno is coming into fruition as he closes the gap to the aliens, reeks off those purple sectors in the pace team. He's 8.2 seconds ahead of Super Manny, 7.5 seconds behind the alien. I'm watching the lap just to see if it's going to be. No, he's lost a bit of time in the middle of the track to Racer Brown. Racer Brown's fastest lap stays safe again. Homesick Alien then did his fastest lap last time round with a 24.3, 24.0. That's his fastest lap. And the pace is unbelievable. Where have they found these extra tenths come the end of the race? 24.0 as well from JOO. Super Manny comes up towards the line, smashes in a 24.1. Unbelievable pace. Here comes Racer Brown. I think this is an outlap though, so it's probably not going to be counted. It is, and he breaks the fastest lap by hundredths. It's got to be, because it was a 23.3 anyway, wasn't it? So a 23.363 for Racer Brown, and the pace out there is absolutely crazy. 26 for the medium running Guesty, trying to take that car as long into this race as he possibly can. Ensign Newer on the set of softs, had a spin, lost a lot of ground to Guesty, and he's going to be trying to claw it back. He did a 24.0 as well. Jeez. Bazza, 24.9 last time around. He's on the medium tyre as well, so that's not bad pace, is it, for a medium tyre? And Jim's 9 seconds behind him trying to catch him. But he's also on a medium tyre, and he did a 25.5. Looks like the alien is coming up to put a lap on Jim. And it's not gone Jim's way today in this endurance race. JOO chasing his man, but I still think there's a pit stop or so left in it. I can't say. Guesty will be the first who needs to pit, I think. Someone's having a wiggle. Did Baz just have a small off? Has that given Jim a little bit of humph? No, it doesn't look like it. Must have just kicked up a bit of dust. Just kicked up a bit of dust. I'm being an alarmist. Ignore me. So Homesick Alien 8 seconds now ahead of JOO. And the sky looking blood red here in the UK as that sun sets in the distance. Super Manny, headlights flashing, 4 points adrift. 4 points is hardly anything over 6 rounds. 2 wins apiece for JOO and Super Manny. This, if Homesick can pull it off, will be 2 wins as well. That is bananas. BANANAS. Homesick Alien 7.5 seconds ahead of JOO, with Super Manny 7.5 seconds behind them. Racer Brown still in with a shout. We're especially pulling those 23s out of the bag. 11 seconds adrift, but he's on a knife edge. Seems like he's going to go at any minute. Guesty on the medium tyres, going a different strategy come the end of the race, playing the long game. Ensign Newer having a spin, or he'd be there with Guesty, and now he's chasing Guesty down. He's giving himself a lot of work to do. Baz's problems happened early in the race, and he's just playing recovery and keeping Jim at bay, who also had issues. So who's the closest then? Jay? Oof. There's no real close battles. It's just the Homesick Jay and Super Manny show at the moment. Racer Brown trying to get an invite to the party. 24.7 last time around. Super Manny a 23.8. With JOO only a 24.3. The times are so varied out there. 24.2 for the alien. They're all giving up tenths here and there. But Super Manny really is the man who's found a bit of pace at the moment. Trying to close the gap to JOO. And we are expecting another pit stop before the end, before checkered flag. And Racer Brown chugging it. Absolutely slinging it at the scenery here in Kent. Over the curbs with absolutely no care for the suspension, just smashing those curbs like they don't exist. It's 11.5 seconds behind Super Manny, and 11.8 seconds ahead of Guesty. Guesty playing the long game, but I think they're on similar fuel loads right now. So they'll probably both pit similar times. Racer Brown did top up when he last pitted, but he went soft tyre, where Guesty has gone medium, but maybe Guesty feels the medium's a little more consistent for him. And we've seen his back end stepping out a few times, and he might feel that the soft tyre is a little unreliable. And there's opted to go for a medium tyres. We know Guesty does like a less grippy car. Some of his best races have been with absolutely totally torn up tyres. At the moment he's losing ground to Racer Brown, who's on an absolute push, getting purples as Guesty in the 25.5s, and yeah, purple there for Racer Brown in that sector, leaning heavily on that Aston Martin on the curbs, and is that's what Guesty will be hoping for. And there, see, asking too much grip from those tyres, and the brakes saying we'd like to be applied a little earlier. Super Manny then, no concern from Super Manny as he smashes a 24.0 out. JOO 23.9, Homesick Alien 24.3. So they're all staying in a relative realm of each other within half a second. Racer Brown losing a bit of time on this lap, but he is 12 seconds adrift of that battle, and he hasn't got more fuel. So Guesty meanwhile, quarter of a tank left, and the mediums, have they put him out of the race against Racer Brown? He will argue it was probably the spin that put him out of the battle with Racer Brown. Ensign Ewart slowly catching him up. He was 14, he's down to 12. 24.6 for Racer Brown last time around. Bazza 13, he's extended that lead now to Jim. Jim just doing some consistent laps, but Jim might be doing some fuel saving there. They both might be, because I'm sure they pitted similar to Guesty. Guesty down to a quarter of a tank of fuel. I don't think he's fuel saving, just didn't like the soft tyres, obviously. Homesick Alien then, just under half a tank of fuel. JOO just under half a tank of fuel, and Super Manny just under half a tank of fuel. It's measured by the justs. Yeah, Homesick Alien somewhere halfway between a quarter and a half. JOO is a bit under the line, and Super Manny is a minuscule under the line. Racer Brown, similar to Homesick Alien's fuel, with Guesty under a quarter of a tank. Ensign Ewart dead on half a tank. Bazza, he's not really in it, but he's under half a tank. And Jim is just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. We've got 26 minutes left of racing, so yeah, they probably can just do it on one stop. I thought the fuel would burn through quicker than that, but it does look like they can get a good 20 minutes out of a tank of fuel. So yes, I think they could easily make it with just one more stop left throughout the field. But who's going to win it? That's the question. JOO and Super Manny will go the longest out of everyone, I believe. Homesick Alien won't be too long away, I think. He'll be relatively coming in with about 18 minutes left on the clock, whereas Jay and Super Manny might be able to take it up to about 10 minutes on the clock. We'll see. Racer Brown, he's going to be in pretty soon. Maybe 20 minutes left on the clock for him. Guesty as well. Just over 20 minutes left on the clock, but he stopped with 40 minutes, I believe. So he definitely has made that fuel last enough to go another way. Another full tank to the end. Ensign Ewart, 10 seconds. He really has made big gains on the Guestmeister. Guesty pitting as well before Ensign Ewart. We're lining it up for a lovely little battle come the end of the race, and we need Jim to close that gap up to Bazza to set them two up for a nice finale race. with Homesick Alien. I don't know. I'd like Homesick Alien to win, to tell you the truth, just to really level out all those wins. 2 each. 2 each for the top 3. Seems a nice spread. A nice spread of wins there. JOO, though, will have something to say about that. He wants to make it out of any kind of question that he was the championship winner with 3 wins. Just winning by a point doesn't matter. I mean, just scoring a point more than second place in the championship is enough to pick up the Pretend Trophy. And JOO, he does look like he's driving for the win, but he really doesn't need to. Who's that? Oh, is that Ensign Newitt? That looked like Bazza or Ensign. It was the Baz. It was the Baz. And where does that leave Jim? Jim, he's getting blue flags, so he's having to lift. He's not going to be able to get the lap times that he wants, but he's only 3.7 seconds behind the Baz now, as the Baz tries to clean up those tyres from the dust and sand from Paddock Hill Bend. And Jim now, he's had to lift huge. It was 3 seconds, now 5 seconds, as he lets Super Manny through. And Super Manny, Baz is going to have to do the same thing for him as well, and that could put Jim really needed, well, I say needed to stay on the back. He can't. Super Manny's on a set of soft tyres and he's absolutely flying, so there was no way in the world that Jim was going to stick to the end of him. We've got just over 22 minutes of this 90-minute race left. Homesick Aliens leading from JOO with Super Manny in third. It's the final round of this season of World Endurance Series, the GT3 World Endurance Series, sorry. This time it's the Brits, it's Aston Martin. And we've had an absolutely glorious championship. The championship couldn't finish any tighter with JOO on... Oh, I've been saying the wrong... Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong page, hang on. Looking at the wrong one. With JOO on 74 points, Super Manny on 70 points, Homesick Alien on 66 points, and Racer Brown on 65 points, and Guesty on 64 points. That was the top 5 of the championship table. It was tight stuff going in. Homesick Alien has done everything he can do. He's taken a win, 20 points, put him on 76 points, but unfortunately JOO is the man behind him. Racer Brown's taken 2 points already from this race with fastest lap and pole. So JOO 2 points adrift of the Alien will be still enough to take the championship win, and he's 2 points ahead of Super Manny in this race as well. And Super Manny needed 4 points on him. But there is still 21 minutes left of the race, and like I always say, it's not over until you see that dude hanging out the side of the wall swinging a flag that looks like a chessboard. So Homesick Alien 6.6 second lead on JOO, who's 8.5 seconds on Super Manny. Super Manny is 11.4 seconds on Mr. Brown, but Mr. Brown is going to be in the pits. Guesty also looking set for a pit stop, and Ensign has closed that gap, but Ensign also must need a pit stop with that front tyre. He's absolutely annihilated it. He's destroyed it. Has he been drifting? And he's found 7 seconds on Guesty. Did Guesty drop a lot of time, or is just Ensign's going uber fast? And there goes Guesty into the pits. And what is Ensign going to do then? Will he come into the pits, or will he continue with those tyres? It's a diabolical mess, those tyres, bro. And he continues on with them. He can live with it. Homesick Alien, 6 seconds on JOO. JOO at 24.9 last time around. Homesick Alien at 24.8. It really is so tight. Homesick Alien ready for a pit stop. These are going to be the final pit stops of the race, I believe. Ensign Newitt, maybe that's why he's hanging it out, because he wants some more fuel. There is Guesty, soft tyres, full tank. That's the name of U2's next album. Soft tyres, full tank. Homesick Alien then into the pit. I hate U2, by the way. I know I've only mentioned them a lot because for some reason I said U2 and I don't know why. So JOO stays out And that sun has taken hours to set here at Brands Hatch. It's been going down a long while. Superman 8 seconds adrift. Jim into the pits as well. That battle with Bazza was close, 1.7 seconds. Bazza continues on a set of medium tyres with fuel flashing. Jim could not continue anymore. Guesty full tank, soft tyres, and Ensign Newer old tyres, quarter tank. And Racer Brown topping up now as Homesick Alien 8 seconds. Hey? Oh, he pitted. That's why he's pitted. Sorry. I nearly got excited. He hasn't put quite a full tank in, so maybe not even a full tank to get to the end. JOO continues on, 7.8 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny on the low fuel, both of them low fuel. And it's very tight with Homesick out of the top 3 battle today. Ensign Newer has got to jump on Guesty, but he's got to pit. Guesty there, 14 seconds adrift of Ensign Newer. Ensign Newer is going to drop out of the pits just behind the Guestmeister. Bazza hasn't pitted either, but Jim has. Jim's waiting for the Baz to pit. Jim's got medium tyres. He doesn't like the soft tyre. Doesn't think he can run the course. And he's possibly right, because look at the medium tyres on Baz. They are torn up. JOO's into the pits. So is Super Manny. Homesick Alien has come across the Baz now. He says, I can't be delayed. But Baz has gone in. Baz got right out of the way. I don't know where he went. Yeah, he did go in the pits. He did. Homesick Alien then retakes the lead of the race. Racer Brown, he's too far away, like I said, to count. JOO is out of the pits. 6 seconds, and this is it. This is the battle to the end of the race. Or is it? Is that enough fuel for Homesick Alien? I always get concerned when they stop a little early. The guys afterwards have put in more fuel than Homesick actually put in on his pit stop. Racer Brown, he's got a lot of fuel on board as well. Ensign Newer has not pitted. Guesty has. Jim's above. Jim is above with the pit stop somehow, some way. Jim has made it back against the Baz. I think the Baz lost a lot of time in the lapping of him. Ensign Newer's in the pits. He's got to watch Guesty. He's going to be overtaken, but he wants to be just tucked up behind Guesty to go for a race against him. Will he go for soft tyres? We see how he destroyed his softs on that last run. He might be tempted to go for a set of medium tyres. Homesick Alien, meanwhile, 6.9 second lead of this race from JOO, who's now 8.5 seconds ahead of his teammate Super Manny, and Super Manny's 13.5 seconds ahead of Racer Brown, who's 21 seconds ahead of Guesty, who's opted for the soft tyre this stint. Ensign Newer's in, he's soft, he's back out ahead of Jim, behind Guesty, 12.5 seconds, but Guesty's on the soft tyre and Ensign's on the soft tyre. Ensign needs Guesty to have one of his famous spins, and in this race anyway, not famous any other races for doing it, but this race he's kicked it off a few times. Jim then only just ahead of the Baz. Let's get on board with the Baz. We've been waiting for 1 hour and 14 minutes, 74 minutes for this battle. This battle has been bubbling under the surface all the way through this race like a B story as the Homesick JOO Super Manny Racer Brown saga continues up at the front. We've had this little gem we've been sitting on down here with Jim versus the Baz, and I don't know how close they are in the championship, but really this ain't going to make no difference. It's a point in it. Jim on 47 points, the Baz on 33 points, so it's not going to make any difference to him as Bazza has to let Racer Brown through, and Jim will do the same. I think it landed better for Jim. No, it's not quite caught Jim up, and it is going to be in the awkward corners, and Racer Brown, no, still too far back, so Jim can just continue on. He might clear all of these corners before he has to lift for Mr. Brown. Keep your cool, Jimbo. Keep your concentration. Don't worry about Mr. Brown. If he has to lift, he has to lift. And there we see a little easy. Not bad, not bad. Not lose too much time, but Bazza will be on that. Bazza will see the lift. He'll be wanting to get back into the action. It's 1.2 seconds between them. And first of all, we'll have a look at the Alien, 7.1 second ahead of JOO, and I can't see much changing. It's been this way for most of this race, and I don't think any of these guys are going to sling it at the scenery, and they're not going to suddenly go 2 seconds faster to try and catch each other up. They cancelled each other out. Racer Brown in the same boat. He is a little bit faster than the guys ahead of him, but he just can't close the gap. Guesty, meanwhile, did a stint on the mediums, lost a lot of ground to Racer Brown, trying to catch up now. Ensign Ewart, 13.2 seconds. He's lost ground to Guesty, with Jim 5/10 ahead of the Baz. And this, oh no, Baz has just dropped 2 seconds. Oh, Baz made a mistake into Surtees, I think. And that has given Jim a huge chunk of time to play with as this race pans out. We've got 13.5 minutes left on the clock as Homesick Alien crosses the line for the 53rd time. And JOO also chasing him down. Anything can happen though at 13 minutes. And in the Aston Martins, this track is tricky. It really is. We've seen a lot of people come unstuck in places. It can catch you out in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. But at the moment, it's all the same out the front. Supermanny losing a bit more time to JOO. And Racer Brown there taking fastest lap and pole position. But he's a fair whack of points behind the Alien, so I can't see him catching up. Homesick Alien's point deficit keeps Guesty at bay. Does Racer Brown? I don't think anything's going to change for Mr. Brown there. He's going to finish 4th in this championship, 4th in this race. I'm wondering if Homesick Alien's going to jump Supermanny in the championship. He's 4 points adrift of him. And if he gets the win, and JOO can't pull over and let Supermanny through to keep his 2nd place, because if JOO finishes in 3rd, that's 4 points behind the Alien, and then it's count back of podiums, and that's too cagey, isn't it? That is cagey. Homesick Alien though, 1 podium other than his win, whereas JOO has 1 podium. And they're both the same podiums, both 18 points. So it's yeah, I think Homesick gets 20 points, Supermanny will get 16 points. That'll put 4 points. That'll put Supermanny and Homesick even Stevens on points, but Homesick has a better podium ratio than but then that'll put Supermanny on 2 podiums, but Homesick will have it'd be tight, it'd be count back, and it'd be 1 2nd place versus 2 3rd places. I think the 2nd place would trump it, wouldn't it? I'm not sure how they would do that. Anyway, we're not there yet. 10 minutes to go, but yeah, that would put him on Homesick Alien would be on 86 points, and Supermanny would be on 86 points. Supermanny's won 2 races. Homesick maybe have won 2 races. If he wins this race, Supermanny would have 2 podiums, 2 3rd places, and Homesick Alien's got 1 2nd place. I think the 2nd place trumps 2 3rd places. I'm not sure. In my mind, yeah, he's finished 2nd, so it's 1 place higher than Supermanny. But it doesn't matter, does it? 2nd place in the championship. It's JOO that's going to be walking away the Champione without a doubt. No one can catch him. Not there. He'll be walking out of here 92 points or something like that. And 92 points. And I said Homesick was going to be on 86. Supermanny will be on 86. And Racer Brown, 15 points, will be on 80 points. No, he's not. No, yeah. 80 points. Look at me working the table out. I usually have to have people doing it for me. I'm doing all right. I'm missing the race. I'm working out math. But nothing's changed. Homesick Alien, 7.4 seconds. With JOO, 7.4 seconds behind. A 9 seconds gap between himself and Super Manny. We've got 9 minutes left of the race. Racer Brown is closing in on Super Manny, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. He'll kill his tyres before he reaches him. Guesty not closing in at all on Racer Brown, and not losing time to Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart 24.8 last time around, and Guesty at 24.7, so nothing in it between the two of them except Ensign Ewart hanging his car right out. Now this is the closest battle, the Jim and Bazza battle. 5 seconds in it. Bazza's done a 24.7 last time, 24.7. He's just done a 25.8 with Jim doing a 25.5. So Bazza needs more 24.7s, less 25.8s. And Jim keeping it consistent in the 25s for the time being. He knows there's no one to race ahead of him. He's just got to finish ahead of the Baz, so he's got to keep it nice and consistent all the way. He's on the medium tyre. Did Baz go for the soft? Baz did go for the soft, so Baz has got every opportunity to rob one off of Jim here before the end. Interesting stuff. Homesick, nothing changes at the top there. Another lap under his belt as we approach the 7.5 minute mark to go. We've done 82 minutes and 30 seconds, people. And if you stuck with us, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share, because YouTube gets really, anxious if you don't. They think you're hiding somewhere and then start banning your videos. I don't know. Or they put you in an algorithm where other people can enjoy this, what we're offering here at the Virtual Racers Club. The racing's great, the commentary's a bit wacky, to say the least. Homesick Alien leading from JOO, who's losing time to Super Manny. It was over 9 seconds, wasn't it? And Super Manny pulling back a little time. Is he waited till the end here? He's been doing a bit of fuel saving, and then he's decided to open her up for the end of the race. Racer Brown in 4th place, half a tank of fuel. I don't think fuel is our concern today. And let's have a look at the Jim and Bazza battle. Bazza just can't make an impact on Jim's time. Jim on those medium tyres, Mr. Consistent so far, 25s across the board, and Bazza pushing on as best he can to catch up Jim before the checkered flag's out. We've got just over 6 minutes of racing, and man alive, we've had a race. Homesick Alien 7.2 seconds. JOO just can't make an impact on that fastest lap or on Homesick Alien, who seems to be planted at the front. Like I said, bookended this championship with a win at round 1 and round 2, and possibly, depending on how they score the countbacks, has secured himself 2nd place in the championship. Let's just say he got joint 2nd. Him and Super Manny joint 2nd. Because really, no one cares who finishes 2nd in the championship. It's JOO Pace that's the man. Let's stick with JOO for a bit. I don't know if I've watched I don't know who I leave on. I get all start chatting and stuff. So JOO, what a season he's had with us here for the GT3 World Endurance Series. Started the season with pole and 2nd place. I think I remember that. I think he got his fuel wrong. I think it was an easy win, but had to come in right near the end because he needed a little splash-o dash, and gave the win away to Homesick Alien, who said it was a surprise win. Then he went on to win the Spa race. No fastest lap or pole for him though. Then he was off the podium, 4th at the Nürburgring. I can't remember why. At Tokyo Expressway, he I think they were doing power shedding, so or power, whatever they call it. So he had to just take a DNF and got 3 points for last place, and then came back at Dragon's Trail last round with a win of wins, and now 2nd place is enough for him to secure this championship. And we've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. And it's Viva La Pace team with a win, a championship win, and securing a joint second place in the championship. Homesick Alien has had an absolute cracker today. Nothing can be taken away from this man. He has not put a foot wrong. Nearly got pole. But Racer Brown mugged him off right in the last few seconds. But Racer Brown slung it off the track, and Homesick Alien has been there ever since to take all the plaudits. Now, it would have been a conundrum if they'd done like double points in the last race, wouldn't it? No, because then JOO would have scored double points and it still would have been 2 points adrift from each other, I think. Probably. No, it would have been 4 points, but I think count back, JOO would have easily done it. No, he's had 1 second place as well. And his next best is 4th, and Homesick Alien's next best are 4ths. But it's not double points, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning it. So Homesick Alien 7.3 seconds ahead of JOO. No change to the top 3. Superman, he does look like he's trying to close up on JOO. He has got Racer Brown slowly catching him, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock. We've got about 3 minutes left. Guesty kept Ensenua at bay. Ensenua didn't even come close, and Ensenua has killed them tyres, as we suspected. Only 2 minutes left though, he'll be alright. Jim's 7 seconds ahead of the Baz now, and the Baz's tyres starting to go away from him, and that was always the risk. As Homesick Alien makes his way around, and I think we've still got a good couple of laps left here, haven't we? Oh, I think we might get a lap after the next lap. It's not over, people. 6 seconds. Loads of fuel on board. Tyres look okay. Everything seems fine and dandy in the cockpit. 2 minutes left, so 2 laps left. This is the penultimate lap. The white flag lap, is it? JOO. I mean, even if he's got something special, 6 seconds adrift, it's just not going to happen. And his front left tyre is looking gnarly, man. A surfer would say that's gnarly, dude. Superman as well with the gnarly left tyre. If anything, they've got to worry about those tyres, because a spin is not what they need right now with Racer Brown and Guesty. Or Guesty's probably too far out of it. But Racer Brown lurking in the shadows. If he were to have a spin, I don't think JOO's got a concern. He'll be taken by Superman. Superman got a spin, Racer Brown will be there for a podium. 1 minute on the clock now as Homesick Alien makes his way around lap 62 of Brands Hatch GP for the 6th round of the Virtual Racers Club GT3 World Endurance Series. And what a series it's been as well. It's been a cracker-lacquer with all the wins shared between the top 3 in the championship. Homesick, JOO and Superman. I tell you what, that might be a record, a season where Racer Brown didn't win a race. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Racer Brown usually at least gets 1 in, if not half a dozen. So interesting stuff. Homesick Alien then 5.5 second lead. He's losing ground to JOO, but I don't think he cares. He's got plenty in the bag. He's on his final lap now. The clock is just about to run out on. Jim might get across. I don't think he will get across, so Jim will be our first finisher in 7th place. He's done it. He beat the Baz, and that is all he could do today with the problems he's had at the beginning of the race. Then Holmes, I don't know who that next person is to cross. Then it's Guesty in 5th place. Not used to seeing him down there. Ensenua is going to be the next person to cross the line, but it's quite a way away. So Ensenua in 6th. He had a great start to the race, but the hard tyres I think he stayed on them too long. I think he could have been in it still if he picked it. But it's his race. He can do what he wants. Who am I to tell him? So Homesick Alien then coming around that final corner to take his second win of the championship and possibly get second in the championship. So 2-2-2s all the way. JOO brings it home in second and is champion. And Super Manny, take a boo, you South African son of a beach. You got third. Cracking stuff. And Racer Brown, with its extended pit stop, probably was longer than that 7 seconds and could have got a podium. But, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. And it's Homesick Alien then secures the win and possibly second in the championship, depending, well, joint second at the very least. And there he is in his VRC Motorsport. There, I don't know if that's the new, yeah, that is the new one. Looking splendid. So let us have a quick look at those results for you, if you can't remember. After an hour and a half of racing, we've got Homesick Alien taking his second win of the championship and possibly putting him in at least joint second in the championship. I don't know how they're going to work it out. You work it out. Supermanny's got 2/3. Homesick's got 1 second. Which one's bigger than the other one? JOO in second place with Supermanny rounding out that podium. And JOO in second takes the championship. No point. No countbacks. Nothing. That is outright win of the championship. So super work from Jay. Congratulations, bud. Racer Brown come home in fourth with Guesty in fifth. Ensign Ewart with an absolute pounding strong start. I suspect stayed on the hard tyres too long, but I don't know. He'll work that one out in his debrief. Came in sixth. Jim in seventh in the end, getting the better of Baz. I think Baz had a small off that handed it to Jim, but Baz on those soft tyres had every chance to catch Jim in the end, but just pushed it a little too hard. And Digital Blasphemy, we lost early on in the race. Wow, well, I don't know what's happening on Tuesdays. I know Mr. Brown and his enterprises are taking off, literally. So Racer Brown finding it difficult to host these championships. So I don't know when our next Tuesday evening championship will be. I suspect Homesick Alien will probably run a few one-offs, maybe, possibly. In the meantime, whilst we wait for, I don't know what it might be, Sierras, possibly. So Jay said, I need me a victory lap. Go in the garden, man. Down to your underwear. Run around the garden, victory. Well done, Jay. Super season, man. Super season. Cracking stuff. So on our Tuesdays are going to be a little vacant for a couple of weeks. Thursdays, don't forget, we've still got the Cup for a little while yet. I don't know when it finishes. I'm looking for it. Cup is got 2 more rounds, so 2 more weeks of the Cup, and Friday nights is still one-off spin-offs, and Sundays, if you want to race, there's the Focus. We don't live stream them, but one day they will make it to the stream for you to enjoy. That's everything, I think. We've not stopped the donations for Research Cancer UK. The link is still in our Discord. If you've got a couple of quid down the sofa, it's going to be another week or 2 for the big charity race we did a couple of weeks ago. So if you feel you want to just throw a bit of money to a good cause, it's there. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, well done, son. A brilliant win. With lots of applauding hands. So I'll see you guys. I bet you I'll see you before Thursday, but I'll see you guys Thursday. I've got a load of streams backed up, man. I'm all backed up, lads. I've got to let it out. I've got to release some streams, man. I've got at least 4 or 5. I'm not sure, 6. And they're growing every minute. I've been slack. So I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Holden Appere. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, thanks, Thingy. Great comms. Oh, thank you. Peace and love. Peace and love.